Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for yet another episode impression of Tatsuki Fujimoto's 1726. This time, yes, finally, episode 4, Shikaku. I've been actually looking forward to talking about this particular episode for quite a while now. For those who don't know, yes, I have watched pretty much the entire series, and I decided rather than doing a full review of the entire series, I go through each one of them one by one and give my impressions on the episode, because each one of them has something, unique about them to sort of provide. And yes, this was the one that caught my attention. Like, holy crap, this looks amazing. It looks fun. It looks twisted. There's a very interesting love awakening moment in it. A guy gets his head shot off. Like, there's a lot of really crazy stuff happening in this episode. I really badly want to talk about it. But yes, every single one of these episodes is done by a different person, all of course being wrote by the same person, the creator of Chainsaw Man. This particular one being done by Studio Graph 77. Now, I have never heard of Graph 77 before. I hope we get more from them. At the same time, I do acknowledge that it also is based on what animators they get to work on it. I don't know that these animators are actually in-house. It could just be outsourced or whatever, but either way, keep giving me the stuff, Graph 77. I'll keep watching your stuff. The director is an interesting one, though. The director worked on Paradox Live. Didn't watch that one. They did do episode directorial work for Do It Yourself, and I really love that series, but I don't know exactly which episode particularly that was, or at least I don't recall what happened in that episode. I know what episode number it was, but very interested to see what else they do in the future. But this episode was definitely put together very well. So let's actually jump into it. Opening up the episode, yes, we get to meet our main character, Shikaku. Her childhood was... I'm just gonna say it. Her childhood was absolutely... I was so infuriated while also being extremely unsettled at the same time. Opening up the episode, seeing this massive spider that's walking through the house. I don't know why they have these massive spiders in their apartment. Parents aren't doing their job keeping the house without having this big old... There's a massive spider. But now this girl, Shikaku, ends up grabbing it, and the mother's complain about how weird she is, claiming that all she does all day is pull the legs off of these spiders. Again, I'm assuming they keep having these massive spiders in their house. This might be Australia. Either way, absolutely infuriating scene. I absolutely hate this so much. She goes up there. She says, "Mom, I overheard you. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing this." And then she says, "I'll just instead take apart dragonflies." And that leads to the mother beating the crap out of her. Now, this is very, very important. I'm not a psychiatrist here, but I can definitely see sort of what they're setting up here. Yes, it's to say how horrible her parents are, and yes, established element for Shikaku herself that nobody ever accepts her apologies. As we see later on, when finally she has somebody that accepts her apology, it changes her completely because everybody else doesn't take her apologies. But the key thing that I picked up here was the idea of how she sees an exchange happen. The moment she apologizes for making a mistake, what does she get? She gets pain. The mother is instilling upon her the reaction to doing something wrong is to receive pain. So this is instilling in her mind, whenever somebody does something wrong, you have to punish them severely. And you'll see a little bit of that later on. But yes, no matter what she does here, she doesn't get an apology accepted, and instead she is just being beat and beat. And yes, I absolutely hate this mother. I wanted to strangle her through the TV screen. I'm so angry watching this. But even more so, and I'm sorry I have to say this because I'm a man, even more so, the father is staying there just staring at the situation happening. He said something before saying, but it's our child. And when she's saying it's disgusting and I don't like this creature, he's like, but it's our child. But as his child is getting beat by the mother, he doesn't even stop her. And we're not talking slaps here. The mom's going full-on fist, curled up fingers and everything, duking at her. Ugh, it's so painful to watch. Like I said, when I watch this whole scene, at first I'm like, the spider. She got the spider in her hand. It's wiggling around. She's taking the fingers, legs off of it. And it just quickly turns into, oh my gosh, these people. Again, straight bust in her nose, bleeding out her nose and everything. It was horrible. But again, what they're establishing here is the idea that she doesn't understand why she can't be forgiven. Everything she does, no matter what she says, why don't they forgive me? It doesn't make any sense to her. And it sucks because I can see the parents being frustrated by the fact the child will not realize what they're doing is wrong. But there's obviously an element here that there's something that's out of whack. And the way to fix that is not to beat the crap out of her and not allow her to apologize or fix. Because even right here, she's saying, I understand that it's wrong. I heard you. It's wrong. I'll stop doing it. I'll do this instead. Good. See, she's acknowledging it. Okay, that next thing you said, no. Next one. Keep going, girl. Anyways, again, this is a very good establishment of what her mindset's going to be going forward, which we cut forward 10 years. And yes, we have Shikaku meets, well, we find out later on, the vampire Yugeru. Hopefully I say Yugeru every single time because I'm very tempted to say Yuguri. But Yugeru, the vampire Yugeru. And when she first meets him, yes, he's like, you know, kind of a little bit suspicious of her. She's like, yeah, I get that a lot. I'm super cute. Like when I came in here, you had those 4 guards down there. They were all leering at me. I know I'm cute. And I plucked out their eyes. Again, this is what she believes is right. Because he says that, oh, that's right. They said you're twisted. That's not twisted. They did something wrong. Again, in her mind, when I was a child, whenever I did something wrong, a severe punishment happened. So she believes when they leered at her because she's cute, they were obviously leering because she wasn't supposed to be there. They were leering at her. She exacted justice upon them by ripping out their eyeballs. Again, this is something that was instilled upon her by her mother. I give credits to the writer for really establishing this idea and following through with it. Every time something wrong happens, she exacts a massive amount of punishment. But anyways, yes, he doesn't want to be bothered with trying to argue with her, so he says, whatever, it's fine. The job is 100 million if you kill me. This is what caught my attention, like Rav. I mean, I was already caught the attention of with the massive heartbreaking opening sequence, but yeah, immediately, no hesitation, chick just pokes out an ice and just, if you can kill me, done. Oh crap, do you pay me? Like, no sense of like shock. She just does it without even thinking. And yeah, the maid just like, no, you failed. It's done, whatever. He just pulls it out. Yeah, you failed. Gets up, shotgun to the face. We've seen that in the PV, which I thought that was from another animation, but yeah, just straight up blows his head off. Done. But then again, nothing happens. Regrows the head and everything. Which this is where we get sort of a connection between the two of them and the idea that he says that this was a waste of time. He gets up, says, yeah, you failed. I had high hopes for you. They claimed you to be the assassin that can kill anybody. All I got out of it was a little pain. Interesting that her response to this is, immediately, it was painful. I'm sorry. But again, he says, it was amusing. All is forgiven. And that's all she needed. That's literally the click right there. And of course, we see that with her whole love awakening moment later on, is that she's like, holy crap, somebody has finally forgiven me. Finally, I did something wrong, and I apologized, and they accepted it. That's never been accepted before. This is an insane moment here. But yes, we find out why he wants to get killed. It's the fact that he's been living for 3,500 years. He's done literally everything that's amusing, and now he just is bored. He's so bored that he just wants to die. And she says to that, poor thing, that you can't die. And I feel bad for you because isn't this world incredibly suffocating? People give you nasty looks no matter where you go. And it seems to imply with him agreeing with that in fact, I guess he has seen that him being a vampire has sort of gotten him looks. Or it could just merely be the fact that he's been around for 3,500 years. People are acknowledging the fact that he's not growing older, and thus it's making him more isolated. It didn't really get too much into it, and this is sort of the sucky thing about it being a one-shot. You don't get to deep dive in these characters and find out what's going through Yugeru's head. It's just simply, he's bored, and it's suffocating, and people give you nasty looks. But yes, he says that you're like me then. Poor thing like me. I guess establishing a lot of elements between the two of them, they see this. Shikaku doesn't really understand other people. They respond to her oddly. She doesn't understand people because she's been so broken as a child. Her parents and the abuse that she went through is just completely broken this girl. At the same time, you have somebody that's been living for 3,500 years and obviously probably very isolated because of his age and everything. Or the inability to really be around other people because of the fact that he doesn't age. But yes, that's when we get the love awakening moment. The spicy moment of the series. When, yes, Shikaku goes home and realizes that something's changing inside of her. Despite the fact that she failed, this guy forgave her, said that they were the same. Mom and Dad never forgave me, and he said that we were alike. It's so different. Doki doki, the heart, the spider getting knocked off of it. This is the first time I've ever felt this. What is this pain in my chest? And then just the movement. Just the movement. It's like without even having her hand down there, it like gives that sensation that that's what's going on through her. Like she just literally just climaxed. It was very spicy. Very, very spicy, no doubt. It is kind of interesting to sort of see that element of the Black Widow being knocked off the heart. I guess the idea of sort of the entrapment that her heart has had for this entire time. It's finally moving again. It's no longer has this toxic thing that's covering it up. I'm not that symbolism inclined, but I got a little bit of a sense from it. But yeah, so when we cut to her going to the building again to go talk to Yugeru. She arrives at the doorstep. There's all the guys missing an eye. That hurt. Oh, I'm sorry about that. We can't accept your apology. Again, somebody not accepting apology. And she immediately kills them all. Goes to the door. He's like, why are you covered in blood? Oh, don't worry. It's not mine. Don't worry. It's not mine. I can't sleep. I can't eat. There's this pain in my chest. What's going on? You got a cold. Go to the hospital. Oh, that's right. Thank you. He knew. He had to have known. Again, this guy's been around for 3,500 years. He had to have known what's going on. He's like, it's a cold. I think even the maid picked up on it. You've got a, troublesome admirer or something like that. Or maybe he said that. It's just so dorky. But that's when we get a little more insight into Yugu's character in the fact that, yes, he's been around for so long. He's tried to himself. Jumping in lava, doing the Terminator thumbs up as he goes down. Apparently it was too lukewarm. It's just gliding in a hurricane in America. Just try that out. Nope, didn't work. Before, yes, they turn on the news and Shikaku's at the hospital. The entire place is surrounded. The famous assassin's been found. And she's yelling out at Yugu, I got a clean bill of health. He said it's because I'm in love. You must be so happy that somebody as cute as me is in love with you. That girl's in full of herself, isn't she? The maid's like, man, she's very egotistic, isn't she? Yugu starts cracking up laughing. I loved it. His dorky laugh. And of course, it's the voice of, it's Rudius's voice, Tomokazu Sugita, which also is Gintoki of Gintama. Really, really famous seiyuu. He just pulled that off really well because it's just a laugh that sounds so like, it almost sounds forced, but it makes sense because it almost feels like he just hasn't laughed in so long. It really does feel like this just came out and he just doesn't even know what to do with it. It sounds like a very unnatural slip out kind of laugh, which to the whole situation right here makes perfect sense as the maid's like, that's a really creepy laugh. The maid even looks at him like he's creepy. Like, what is this laugh that you're giving out? He's just completely caught off guard. Just makes him roll over laughing. It's so good. Yes, technically, I do need to mention the fact that Kana Hanazawa is voicing Shikaku, and that's another reason why I love her so much as well, because that's like an Adeko and stuff. Absolutely love her seiyuu. She nailed it as well. But yes, her just yelling out how she's in love and that he should be grateful and he's probably really excited about this. And she's getting her ear blown off and everything. She doesn't care. She's just so excited. She's just so happy that she figured out what's going on, that she's actually in love and that she's not sick. It was so good. And again, it's to the character and the idea this girl doesn't know what's going on. It's scaring her. She's never felt this feeling before. She's completely out of her comfort zone. Nobody has ever accepted her. Nobody's ever loved her before. And now suddenly she has this feeling of love. It's super good. It's super good. That's when we cut to Yugu going to see her at the hospital because this is something that he can't let slip out of his fingers. Somebody that's so amusing. Somebody that made him laugh for the first time in 400 years. He just has to see her. Goes up in there and she's nearly dying. Love it. Love it. Don't try to die. I love you and I'll kill you. And it makes him laugh again because this chick is literally dying right in front of him and she has the audacity to say that. It was so good. And yeah, he decides to turn her. All the police officers show up and he just bomb rushes right through them. Like, if you need an escape route and you're surrounded by people, what's the best way to get out? Just cut right through the middle of one of them. Just bust right through this one of them and just let them split in half in front of you. But yeah, it wraps up the episode with 200 years later. Apparently, 200 years later, this girl is still an absolute airhead. She still sucks at cooking, still makes him laugh to that day. It's super sweet. It's super sweet. I think the overall concept here is somebody that has never been loved before, somebody that obviously makes a lot of mistakes. Shikaku seems to be an oddball that makes a lot of mistakes, and nobody wants to accept her mistakes. Everybody wants to judge her, beat her, attack her, and she's finally found somebody that is willing to accept those faults. And yes, it is a lot to do with the fact that this guy has lived for so long that he's able to accept them because they're humorous. He finds fun in just the failure that she is. He finds fun in the failure that Shikaku is. She's not trying to act funny. She's not trying to give him experiences. She's just a failure. She's a failure that has never been accepted for her failures. It's super good. It's super good. I really like it. And yes, maybe one of these days, eventually, Shikaku could figure out a way to kill this vampire that's lived so long. It's gonna suck because she finds out some way to kill him. He's like, no, wait, no, I don't want to die anymore. I want to stay with you. I don't know. It depends on what kind of vampire he is. It could be one of those vampires that the head vampire dies, all the other ones die. Who knows? Anyways, that's my thoughts on episode 4 of Tatsuki Fujimoto 1726. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and you want to support channel more, become a member of the channel. Until next time, take care.